peoples out there? This is another installment of You Won't Believe This Shit.
You gotta do it like, what is that, Mysteries? Like, it's like, welcome to another installment of You Won't Believe This Shit.
Welcome to another installment of You Won't Believe This Shit.
Hosted by Morgan Freeman.
And this is a tale of two fingers. I'm Zachary Chopchinsky, the Bowtie author.
I'm Martina,
USA Today bestselling
author. But I am a USA Today bestselling author.
So
not that I feel the need to
so
fucking beat people over the head with that knowledge.
Anyway, we've been doing a lot of these stories lately, and I felt like I needed to get up in this shit. And you'd be surprised how many of my stories involve things below my waist.
I don't think anybody would be surprised by that at all.
So, I'm going to tell you the first story, which may segue into the second story, but we'll see where the first story takes us. So
Layla and I know exactly where the first story is going to take you.
Yeah, where I'm going to take it. So I was a young man. I was a 16-year-old boy when they came for me. No, I was 16 and I needed to get a physical for school, and it was a sports physical, and we were poor, so we went to really shitty like public health doctor type things. And I remember one time, I always ended up with a female doctor. I don't know why, especially with physicals.
Because when the male doctor comes in, Zach's like, no, I don't want him. Bring me a woman.
It was just like, anytime there was like a female doctor, I'm like, please don't get an erection. Please don't get an erection. I am so sorry, ma'am. So I remember I had to go get a physical. And so I'm there with my mother, or my birth giver, as I will call her. And birth giver is there in the room with me when the doctor comes in and says, all right, we must start your physical. And it starts with the same normal shit that all physicals start with. And then that's when it went weird. So Martina is a nurse, and she can comment on if any of this seems like it violates any kind of HIPAA or any other kind of laws.
Well, it doesn't violate HIPAA because you're the one telling the story.
That's
but
true.
It may violate the laws of nature and or man.
Yeah. So the first thing that happened was I had to do the whole you drop your pants and they grab your nuts and make you cough. Now, my first problem was my mother, birth giver, sorry, not my mother, was still in the room. And that's
fucking weird. As a nurse, I can tell you, that's fucking weird.
They said to said birth giver, we need you to be in here for liability reasons, so please just turn around.
So you got fondled while your mom stared at a wall?
Yeah, it keeps going. So, I'm sitting there and trying to cough because the doctor is actually mildly attractive. And so I'm like looking down, trying to cough, and it's just not happening. And she looks up at me and goes, maybe if you didn't make eye contact with me, this would work better. Please look away.
She does not say that, does she really?
Yes, she does.
Oh my God.
And birth giver starts to snicker very quietly in the corner.
As would I. No.
So this gets really weird. And I'm like, okay. And then the doctor goes, all right, I need you to turn around and bend over the table. And I was a smartass even as a child, so I said, I don't think I came here for that.
Listen, lady, that ain't what I'm about.
And she goes, I'm going to need you to bend over the table. And I'm like, again, I don't think I wanna. And she goes, it's part of the physical.
I can tell you unequivocally that we very, very, very strongly do not usually check a 16-year-old's prostate.
All right.
At a fucking sports physical. Maybe I'm wrong, but I've sat in on a lot of fucking physicals, and never once have I seen anybody finger bang a fucking 16-year-old under the guise of a prostate exam.
I'm bent over this table. And the doctor, I can tell you that nothing makes you clench up more than the of a nitrile glove. And sure enough, I heard and then I heard so I was immediately concerned that there were two gloves now.
Yeah. I'm now concerned because I don't think I've heard this whole story. What?
Yeah, and so I'm like, okay. And I start like and my birth giver is still snickering in the corner, and
are you sure this was a legit doctor and your mom didn't just pay a prostitute to fucking bang you?
I'm telling you, I'm telling you. So then the next thing that happens is I feel cold pressure and I wince and I kind of like nut tap myself on the table a little. And so I started coughing a little, and then
she was like, "That's not part of the exam. Too late."
Birth giver goes, "Now you cough." Didn't help shit, and I'm like, "Okay." And now she's like.
So is her finger still up your ass?
It hasn't gone in yet.
Oh,
No,
geez. Okay.
No. She was knocking on heaven's door when I flinched. Okay.
Did she start massaging your butt? Just relax, sweetheart.
Don't get ahead of me. Do not get ahead of me.
Oh no!
So I'm sitting there, and the doctor is trying to get this thing going, and I'm like sitting there, and I'm trying to participate as best I could, and the doctor goes, "You need to relax. I can't get a finger in." And then birth giver starts laughing her fucking ass off, and I'm just mortified, and the doctor's like, 1, 2, and here we go, and just whoop, and just does what she's got to do, and when she's done, and she like retracts however many fingers were in there, while she's telling me to relax this whole time, she goes, "Whoops, almost lost a glove." I don't know if she was trying to make me feel better, but my birth giver is laughing hysterically in the corner. I pull my pants up, and I got finger banged in front of my mom.
That should have been, you should have led with that as the headline. Long story short, I got finger banged in front of my mom.
So, Martina, you care to comment as a medical professional?
I feel like there's a lot to unpack here.
That's what she was thinking, too.
I said unpack, not disimpact. Well... I will say that the ball grabbing coughing thing, legit, checking for hernias, normal. No matter how old you are. That's why they used to, back in the day, they used to just line all the guys up in the locker room and pants them and just be like, cough, 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 and just go right down the line. Again, never have I ever heard of them doing a prostate exam on a 16-year-old and insisting his mother is in the room.
Maybe that was the doctor's kink.
Maybe, because that's some fucking weird shit. Like, I mean, prostate cancer, not really something 16-year-olds have to worry about. Testicular cancer, maybe. But most often, prostate cancer hits the 60 and up crowd. That's just...
Could it have been something that she requested?
His mother?
Yeah.
Possibly,
If
I
a
guess,
parent
but...
requests it, would a doctor do it?
Back then, maybe. Now, they'd be like, no, we fucking freak. What the hell's wrong with you? Like, what I will be requesting is social services.
Well, I know your mom, and that would be something she'd be like, yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if you were going, I guess, to a less than stellar establishment, like, but if your mom was like, here, slip into somebody at 20, like, hey, finger bang my kid, I mean, we got way more to talk about than whether or not that's normal, because that shit ain't normal.
Okay.
But no, that's fucking weird. I've never heard of something. If your mom was like, I'm worried my son has some sort of, like, GI issue, or, you know, he's been complaining about something, like,
Nope.
maybe, like, hemorrhoids, that kind of thing. But, I mean, if your mom told her that, like, maybe she'd be like, okay, well, let me just check things out. But no. But I will say that the one time I had a gynecology exam, and she fucking did that shit, I was like, I don't know what you're checking for. Because I have no...
2 inches higher, 2 inches higher.
Well, then she's like, I'm just going to do a quick check, make sure there's no bleeding or anything like that. And I was just like, I'm pretty sure I would have just, you know, given you a little heads up.
I'd have noticed.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm very self-aware. I'm very clear about what's going on down there. I would have told you if there was an issue. I promise. And she's just like, oh, I do this with everybody. But I was a fully grown adult who had already had a child. Like there was, that was her kink, it was like, I think I was even a nurse then. But yeah, that was fucking weird. But again, it's kind of at the doctor's discretion. But at a 16-year-old, she's just fucking weirdo. And the fact that she wanted your mom there, it's like a double weirdo situation.
Okay.
Like, Maybe they knew each other outside the office. I don't know, but that's fucking weird.
The orifice.
Yeah. That's the parody office version of the show.
Yeah, so that happened.
Yeah. Oh God, I don't even know where to go with that. It's like I don't
Sure.
know why we're laughing at this because it's actually.
I think you
really
were
awful.
assaulted.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we should have called the cops. Oh
They'd have been
God.
like, can you show us what happened?
Hey, childhood trauma makes you funny. It's true.
Yeah.
We're living proof of that. What does not kill you makes you weird at parties.
I was gonna say, what doesn't kill you makes you have a fucked up sense of humor.
It's true. And makes you weird at parties.
I don't think that's what Kelly Clarkson intended her lyrics to be, but
I mean, you know, it's true though. It's very true.
yeah, I mean that's pretty much. I mean, there's one time I lost a bet in high school, and I had to get everything on my body waxed. And I think one of the worst parts about that was when they got to my butt, and they had to do that excavator strip, as I called it, and they had to. I'm pretty sure she pulled off my butthole. There you go.
Wait, she?
I got.
Who did this?
It's like
You
a-
went to a professional?
Yeah.
Or like some cheerleader was like, I'll take care of this. Like it took you in the back. Like what the fuck?
Somebody spread the cheeks. Yeah, it was like one of those like.
Russian gymnasts.
No, I want to describe the place without sounding like a complete asshole, but it was one of those like,
Happy endings places.
Yeah, I feel like.
It's like, why did I know that?
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you that the only women who really truly can do like a full-on Brazilian wax job with absolutely no like compunction at all are these fucking Russians. These women, they're just like foop, leg up over your head. They're just like, oh, let's just get in there. Just like they'll be like, I need you on all fours. I'm sorry, what's happening here?
Please get on all fours and put your face to the table.
That's pretty much what they say. They're like, yeah, I'm gonna need you on all fours, with your butt in the air, and just kind of pull your underwear in between your cheeks. It's just like, what is happening here? This is not what I signed on for. I don't know what's going on.
You came for anal bleach.
You make as smooth as baby's butt. You know, it's like, I'm telling you, these women are scary. One time, my friend went to get laser hair removal, and they were like, you're too tan. You've got spray tan on, and if you have a spray tan, you can't get lasered because of like it confuses the laser, and you could get burned or whatever. And she's like, no, I don't have a spray tan. They're like, no, you totally have a spray tan. And she's like, I promise you, I don't have a fucking spray tan. This is my natural color. And they brought in like management. She's like in these weird little papered, like they're like looking at her crotch. They're like rubbing alcohol on it, trying to get like the spray tanner off. I was like, you've been assaulted. I was like, I don't know how to tell you this, but people are not supposed to rip your pants off and like rub your crotch with alcohol, all for the name of electrolysis.
Oh god.
So you're not the only one who's been apparently molested during quote unquote medical procedures.
And that's not even including the fucking the crotch exam I got at the dentist.
Well, yeah, but you paid extra for that.
Yeah, that's true. Until they got out the forceps, and it got really weird. All right, that's all I got for that story. I mean,
I think that's enough. I think we're all a little traumatized. We need to call our moms and our therapists.
I certainly hope it wasn't like your toe story. I think she was sucking her toes. I hope that was her finger. Doctor just tongue punched my fart knocker.
Okay, let's just leave it at that.
Yep.
Oh,
Later.
Okay, bye.